Hello everybody, welcome back to another new and noteworthy mod review. Today we're going to take a look at the object storage mod and the steel object storage sheds mod. But before that, this video is brought to you by the 901 Meister and Semper Buffo. Thank you for being farm barons. So the object storage mod can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website. It is available for PC only because it is making use of scripts. The Steel Object Storage Sheds mod is an add-on to the Object Storage mod, so there is a prerequisite there that you do need to have object storage if you want to make use of the Steel Object Storage Sheds. And it is also available for PC only because, again, its parent mod is for PC only because it is using scripts. Now, I'm going to make a case. I'm going to make a case that these storage sheds are the best bale and pallet storage sheds that we have seen to date. Because there are so many interesting options and features that these buildings have. Now, before we dive in too far into what features they have, let's talk about where we're going to find them and how much they're going to cost. So we're going to jump into build mode, and in sheds, we're going to have object storage. We have a covered bale stack, and this bale stack will accept either 125 centimeter to 180 centimeter round bales, or 180 to 240 centimeter square bales. Now you'll notice that there's only one option. That is because we can configure after placement what we put in this shed. And we can reconfigure after placement. Then we have the small covered bale stack for what I affectionately call the baby bales. Now this stack actually lets you have up to 2 different types of bales in the stack, or you could configure both stacks to be the same. So you can have up to 2 different types of bales, and they're between 49 to 120 centimeters in size. Now the base game baby bales are 120 centimeters in size. So you may ask yourself, well, why are there 49 centimeter bales there? That's because this is also set up to work with modded bales. Both of these are going to work with modded bales, assuming that they conform within 180 centimeters to 240 for square and 125 to 180 for round. Then we have shelf storage. Now we're still talking about the object storage mod. Shelf storage is going to allow us to hold up to 3 different types of pallets, big bags, or IBC totes. And depending on what we select, either big bag, IBC tote, or a pallet, there's different amounts, different quantities will be stored there, but we could configure it to store all IBC totes. We can configure it to store all pallets or all big bags or any combination thereof. And you can see the scrolling fill types listed down there on the right. Then we move into the steel object storage mod, and we get a very large steel shed. And this shed will support storing round bales, 125 centimeters to 238. Square bales, 180 to 488. And then also cotton bales, round or square. Then we have the steel pallet shed. And just like the rack, this will hold up to 3 different types of products, or you can configure it to hold 2 different types or 1, should you so wish. And it's going to hold all of the various fill types that you're seeing scrolling over here on the right. Now that we've kind of talked about the different buildings that are available, let's talk about the big features. And the biggest feature in the object storage mod is this. We can configure and see all of our stacks from our game menu. So you can see I have the covered bale stack. we'll have 176 round silage bales. And of those 176 round silage bales, 3 of them are actually fermenting. And they will continue to ferment while they are stored. And at some point, the fermentation will be done and they'll become just regular silage bales. What other storage mod allows you to put wrapped grass and then get silage out after the fermenting process? I don't think there is one. Another feature that you can do is you can turn on or off the input. So I happen to have the input trigger turned off on this one, which means that if I come in here, regardless of the fact that it's full, we'll just pretend that it's not full. If I come in here and try to unload bales, it won't take them because the input has been turned off. You may ask yourself, why is that important? Well, imagine you had multiple stacks and you're really nice and neat and you like to have things orderly, so you got them all stacked beside each other. Or maybe you've done something really crazy. Maybe you've done something like this. You put a couple here. And then you just really crazy because you really like, uniformity. And you go and stick a couple like this. Right? And you're like, that is perfect. That is the epitome of everything I ever wanted in bale stacks. Well, you got all these input triggers so darn close to each other, you're going to be like, oh no, I can't segregate my straw bales from my hay bales, from my silage bales, from my wood chip bales, because I've got all these triggers. Well, you can come in here and, like I said, you can turn them off. And now, this is the only stack that's going to allow me to put anything in it because I've turned off these others. You'll see that we have a logo down here telling us this is configured currently for round bales. We can see down in the info screen, we have 125 centimeter straw round bales configured for this. From the stack itself, we can hit R to open up the menu. It's going to pre-select the stack that we're talking about. And we can go to configuration. And at this point, we can decide, well, we want to change this to, I want to make wood chip bales. So we're going to change the configuration to that. And now the icon is still round bales, but you can see the info screen says wood chip bales, 176. We come over to this one and we can say, you know what? I want this one to be 240 centimeter hay bales, square. Now we have a square icon indicator here on our harp to indicate that this is now a square stack. And you can see in the info HUD down in the lower right that we have hay 240 centimeters, and we're going to be able to hold 120 bales in this stack at that configuration. So the large bale stack, the one that we're looking at here, the one that we're looking at over here, is going to be able to hold 176 125 centimeter round bales, 108 150 centimeter round bales, 92 180 centimeter round bales, 160 180 centimeter square bales, 130 220 centimeter square bales, or 120 240 centimeter square bales. The other thing that's important to note about these bale stacks is that they output bales in last in, first out format. Okay? Last in, first out means the last bale that you added in here is going to be the first bale you're going to get when you spawn the bales out. So let's go ahead and spawn some bales out. We can spawn them out by coming to the stack and opening the menu, or we can just go straight to the menu and we can say, you know what? I want to output 6 bales. Okay? And we're going to output 6 bales. And they're going to be the last 6 bales that we put in. So here we have our 6 bales. And of those 6 bales, we have a few that are still fermenting, and we have a few that are silage. Now, since I've disabled the input trigger, I won't be able to put these bales back in. But if I go and enable the input trigger, then I will be able to. Something else that's pretty cool is you may say to yourself, oh, where is this stack? I just can't find it. I've got so many. Well, you can hit camera, and now you see a live camera view. This is a live camera view. If we have traffic come through here, it would be awesome. But in a live stream, I put one of these stacks by my sheep area, and we can see sheep walking around. So if there's traffic, you're going to see that come through here. Basically, this is a live view of each individual stack. It's going to help you figure out where things are. Or, just like so many other placeables, we can come in here and we can rename it. And maybe you have just one silage bale stack. So we've now renamed it, and now in our menu, it is going to come up as a silage bale stack. Look at it right there. It's just been reorganized. Okay. Then we have the small bale stack. Now the small bale stack is going to hold 300 small 120 centimeter bales. It's going to hold grass, hay, or straw. And as you can see, this stack has been configured with 300 straw and 300 hay bales. But I could go in here and configure this, if I wanted to hold 600 straw bales or 600 hay bales. You'll notice I can't configure this while it has product in it. That's not possible. I have a spawn option to spawn up to 80 bales at a time, or if the spawn isn't there, I have the configuration option. So here I went and spawned a bale, and I can easily put that bale back in, just like that. Now, shifting mods a little bit, we move over to the steel object storage sheds, and that is going to be this stack right here. So the steel bale shed is going to be able to store cotton, as we see here, round or square, and then also hay, grass, silage, straw, or wood chips. We're going to be able to store 96 round cotton bales in this stack, 54 square bales of cotton, 560 125 centimeter round bales, 390 150 centimeter round bales, or 330 180 centimeter round bales. If we like square, well, we can store 560 180 centimeter square bales, 504 220 centimeter square bales, or 448 240 centimeter square bales per stack. And this will only let us configure one option per building. So here we are. Cotton bales. We have 54 488 centimeter bales of cotton. And we can easily spawn out 2 bales. And there they are. Moving back to our object storage mods, the parent mod of these 2 packs, we have the bale shelf, or not the bale shelf, the storage shelf. The storage shelf is going to allow us to store up to 3 different types of things. So here you can see on the lower shelf I have seed. The middle shelf I have IBC totes of liquid fertilizer, and the top shelf I have pallets of mineral feed in bags. And you can see we have our big bag pallets. We can store 36 of those. Our IBC totes, we can store 20. And in our traditional pallets, we can store 30. And we can configure what goes in each of these rows by going to the menu. Easy enough. So I've configured these to seed, liquid fertilizer, and mineral feed. Let's go and put one down that's empty. We'll be able to just peruse the menu. So here we have the empty one. We can go configure it to seed. We can say, you know what, I want all of these to hold seed. And it's just as easy as this. And now I can store a massive amount of seed in here because all 3 shelves are going to hold seed, and we're going to hold 36 per shelf. So we can store solid fertilizer, herbicide, lime, liquid fertilizer, mineral feed, oats, pig food, poplar, potatoes, road salt, seed, silage additive, sugarcane, wheat, wool, and there you go. Now, I do understand that there is a mod coming, #soon, that is going to allow you to store production pallets. So right now we're just storing pallets we're going to be buying in the stores. But we will have a mod, from what I understand, it's going to work with object storage in the future that is going to work also with production pallets. Just like all the other features, we do have the live camera view, and we can also disable the input. Then we have the steel object storage shed, pallet shed. And this shed is going to be just like the shelf over there. The fact that we can store 3 different inputs. In this particular shed, I have 20 pallets of wool, 30 pallets of road salt, and 30 pallets of lime. We can go inside of here. Just like that. And then as things load in, we will see those spawn in here. And we come and we can spawn out. Let's say we're ready to sell our wool. We can spawn out 6 pallets of wool at a time. There they spawn, and then they vanish, of course, from within the shed. And this shed will be able to hold 30 pallets of big bags, 10 IBC totes, and 20 pallets or crates. And wool pallets are included in that pallets and crates section. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you agree? Are these stacks and sheds and shelves the best storage options that we have seen to date with respect to bales? As you can see, for wrapped bales, the bale you put in is literally the bale you're going to get out, all the way down to the wrap color. Small stacks, large bale storage, or pallet and tote storage. The fact that you can configure these after you place them, we don't have to have a special stack just for silage, a special stack just for square bales or round bales. We can put one down and reconfigure it as we see fit. I think that itself makes this one of the best storage mods available, let alone the fact that we have round bales that can ferment while they're stored. And PC players, we have a pallet limit too now. Well, you can avoid all pallet limits with these 2 objects right here, because when things are stored in here, they're not actually pallets in the game. And until next time, happy farming.